Okay, so right here we're going to remember all the rules for exponents here. And here they are, they're all written down. So let's do some examples. Let's do if we have the same base and we're multiplying these exponents here. Or we're multiplying the powers. So 3 squared times 3 squared. Well, we know 3 squared is 9, so 9 times 9 is 81. But if we wanted to do this the long way, or using the rule, we would get 3 to the 4th because we're just adding the exponents here, which is the same thing as 81. It's equal to 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. Okay, let's do another one. Let's say we had 9x times y squared times 9x to the 5th y squared. Okay, so first things first, let's separate these out. So we have numbers here. We have 9, so there's 2 of them. 9 times x times x to the 5th power times y squared times y squared. Okay, remember, we're adding the exponents, but 9 times 9 we already know, 81. X to the 1st power times x to the 5th power gives us x to the 6th times y to the 2 plus 2 is 4. So this is 81 x to the 6th y to the 4th. Okay, let's try another example. So remember, when we're multiplying exponents with the same base, so 3 squared times 3 squared, we just add the exponents. X to the 6th times x squared. Let's see why. Okay, x to the 6th is just x times x times x times x times x times x times x squared. Let's just move our multiplication down here. X squared is going to be x times x. Well, how many x's do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is going to be x to the 8th power. Or all we can do is just add these exponents. Remember, you can do it the long way or you can do it the way with the rule. Either way, you're going to get the correct answer. Okay, let's do another example. Let's do another rule this time. Okay, let's say we have r to the 3rd over r to the 1st power. This is just r to the r times r over r. Okay? R over r is just equal to 1. We just need to remember that. So therefore, we can cancel out these r's, and we're left over with 2 r's in the numerator. So this is just going to be r squared. R times r is r squared. Okay, let's say we have, or we can use our rule. We can use the rule of r to the 3 minus 1, which is r squared. So remember, when you're dividing exponents, we just subtract now. When we were multiplying them, we added. Now we're dividing, so we subtract. Okay, let's do another example. 8m to the 3rd over 10m squared. This is going to equal 8 over 10 times m to the 3rd over m squared. Okay, let's simplify these now. So 8 over 10 is just going to give us, if we divide by 2 on the top and on the bottom, 4 over 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, now let's use our rule. This is going to equal m times m over m times m. We just cross out if we have an m over m, we can just cross it out, and we're just left over with 1 m in the numerator. So we get 4m over 5. That's our answer. With our other rule, this was the other rule that we used before, where we have an exponent to a power, a power to a power. And when we have that, we just multiply our exponents together. So, okay. A to the 4th power over a to the 7th power. let's say we have this. Okay, this is a times a times a times a over a times a times a times a times a times a to, I think I need one more, times a. Okay, sorry. Let's cross these out, and let's see what we're left over with. Oh, we're left over with 3 a's in the denominator now. So this is going to equal 1 over a times a, or 1 over a to the third power. We need to remember our rule, though. This is saying a to the negative 3. Why is it saying a to the negative 3? Because remember, 4 minus 7 is a negative number. A to the 4 minus 7 is going to give us a to the negative 3. Or this is equal to 1 over a to the third power.